Hi there, how are we doing? Welcome to the channel. My name's Adam and I'm going to be reviewing the MACH 4, a brand new shoe from Hoka. What's exciting about this for me is my background is ultra running. I love running on mountains and trails, so this isn't the type of shoe I normally would buy or review, but I've decided to take a bit of a pivot. I've decided to get faster, to train for some marathons, get myself out on that road and do some speed stuff. So I'm looking for a shoe, a daily shoe as such, where you can do your easy runs, you can do your faster stuff, your tempo runs, your interval training. It's not going to be my race shoe choice, but definitely it's going to be what I'm going to be wearing when I'm going to go lace up and go and do my training. So as always with my reviews, I'm going to talk about the build, I'm going to talk about the fit, and I'm going to talk about the ride. So I haven't been out in these yet. I haven't literally just got them delivered today. Bought them with my own money and they turned up, pretty excited. So as soon as you open them up, the first thing, if we're going to talk about the build, is the weight of them. They are so light, it is unbelievable. I've just gone and weighed them. They're 249 grams. I'm a size 10. I've sized up by half just to give myself a bit of space with the toe, because I like to give myself sort of a thumb's width as such. And they're just super light compared to some other running shoes I have already. So that is the first thing I've really noticed. And that surprises me because I expected this to be slightly heavier. However, there we are. Looking around the shoe, you've got the engineered mesh. Obviously, this is surrounding, makes the main structure of the upper of the shoe. It's saying in the advertising it's well ventilated. I'm not sure if it's going to be that much. And you can't see through the mesh. It's quite thick, which is great for durability. Happy with that, but I'm not sure how your feet are going to sit inside the shoe and how warm after a long run they're going to feel. So we'll find out anyway tomorrow when I do my running. What else? So you've got the laces. Obviously the laces are all nicely weaved in. They've also got where the lace loophole is. They've got this kind of nice plastic, thick kind of plasticized support here. Gives it a bit of structure, I guess, so the laces won't rip over time. Again, feels quite durable. That's really good. The tongue is slightly cushioned, not too much, so that will be probably quite comfortable on the upper of the foot. And then it's gusseted in, which means it's fixed all the way in. I have noticed with the tongue that where it's attached down through, it's potentially could have a bit of an issue, a bit of rub, because it's slightly, you can feel it, it's kind of sewn in, but we'll have to see on that. What else? So going round it, you've got this plastic, just a feature here going round, giving it a nice design, as you can see. And then one of the big changes of the shoe compared to the previous version, from looking at, they've got this now new design of heel cup as such. And then at the back here, you've got this heel tab. Usually, as you know, with shoes, you have this little loop here, don't you? And you can just, pull your shoe. I don't really use them that very often, to be honest. But this one here, you can grab that, take that on and off. Don't know if that's going to rub or not. People are saying it doesn't, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so that's the upper, looking around on it. But it is also quite, if you look here, it's nice and thick. So there's a nice bit of cushioning here. The heel, definitely, that is very solid, very structured. And I'm feeling when you put your foot in there, hopefully that's going to give it some, good support there. And you give it a good old bend. That's nice, and that's pretty firm. That is very good indeed. So yeah, looking really durable, this shoe, to be fair, and that's what I'm looking for. So moving on to the sole, the midsole. Again, one of the selling points of this is it's got two types of sole. You've got the midsole, which is their ProFly. Not sure what the foam structure is, but that's very cushioned. You can really feel that, and you can also feel it through there. And then you've got the EVA, which is the white part of this, the outer sole, and that's a lot harder, obviously. But what you can see through is you can see the midsole through there, and they've cut away and taken some of these lugs away. So that's obviously just to make it even lighter. I guess if they had that all in there, it would be a heavier shoe. Pushing it down. Solid, that's very firm indeed, and that's very soft. So the idea with this is obviously going to be well cushioned, but also it's going to hopefully give you a bit of a return, a bit of propulsion when you push off. So that's the build. I don't know really what else to say on that apart from, yeah, fantastic. So talking about the fit, what you've got with this shoe is you've got a heel drop of about 5 mil. So it's different in a woman's than it is in a man's shoe, the men's shoe. The men's shoe is 29mm down to, take 5 off 29, it's been a late night, down to 24, so 24mm on the toe. And then a women's shoe is 27mm, and that's down to 22mm. Now what they do is when you put this shoe on, you can really feel that it does have a bit of a rocker. It's their Meta Rocker system. The idea is that you roll and it gives you a nice flow when you run. Definitely when I put this on, it felt so comfortable. Really impressed. First thing was, it's not meant to be a wide shoe. I have quite a thin foot, but I did feel there was quite a bit of room in the toe box. So I've got a pair of Nike Pegasus and they're really tight. So I had a bit of movement in my toes here, which I was quite pleased about. I had to pull the lace up quite a bit to tighten up. But what you got right there is it did lock you in. I did the laces up, not too tight, but I felt my feet were really nicely in that shoe. And the other thing I liked about it was this heel cup. I sometimes find when you put on shoes, you kind of put them on and you get a bit of heel lift. Obviously when you're out running, you've got to give these a bit, you've got to wear them in a little bit. I'm not saying you're going to get blisters or anything like that. You just got to get used to the kind of movement and the feel of the shoe. And sometimes you get a bit of heel lift. I sometimes let that pass a little bit because everything's new, everything's all a bit slippery, haven't got much friction. So once you get this going, you get a bit of, almost like a sort of sandpaper effect inside, in a good way. That is, a bit of grip, a bit of friction, so your foot doesn't slide around as much. Something new, you know what I mean. So I think when you get that, when I put my heel in there, I felt I was really secure, and yeah, tightening them up, that felt like a great, just a great fit. And I'm quite excited to go and use these tomorrow because they are so light. So yeah, I think the fit was very good. I pulled up the tongue nice and tight, and that was really good. Didn't feel like there was any, I was saying on the tongue, slightly worried about that. Didn't really feel that at all, so that's pretty clever how they get the design. I don't know how they sew these shoes up and have all these seams everywhere, yet when you put when you put your foot in them, everything feels very comfortable. So yeah, got to say, initial fit was very good. So, what's the ride like? Well, here we go, you're right in it. Fantastic. Really cushioned on the heel and on the forefoot. And you can definitely feel the kind of Meta Rocker, as they call it, rolling you forward. It's a very light shoe. It is really good. I'm feeling it a little bit at the moment, but it's definitely making my running a lot easier and kind of propelling me forward a little bit, which is really nice. So yeah, very impressed. My toes in the toe box, they're not too tight, but they're tight enough, so it's a nice snug fit. Slightly bit of heel lift on the foot, very slightly, and I tied them up. I used the the eyelet as well, so I did a proper runner's bow as such, a runner's knot. So yeah, I'm impressed. Watch out, pigeon. My final thoughts on the Hoka MACH 4. Wow, what an amazing shoe. I've got to say, it was perfect for me. It's a 9.5 out of 10. It's got to be something like that, even a 10 out of 10. Rarely would you give a shoe everything. I think the only thing was probably a 9.5. Very slight bit of heel lift for me, but as I said, I've only worn it, only done 11 miles. Today I went out, I ran hard, I did a 10k tempo followed by some hard intervals. My son got a puncture on his bike, so we did some walking, I did some easy running, did everything in it, and it was just fantastic. There was no issues with the tongue, the rub I was talking about. There was just no rub at all anywhere. I had a nice bit of movement in my toes. I'm glad I went the half size up because there was no pressure from my big toe or anything like that. I just felt really secure in the shoe. It was lightweight. You moved really fast on it. Would I race in this? Definitely. I think I would. I don't know if there's a faster shoe out there. I know there would be, but it's really comfortable, and I was getting some nice pace for what I'm doing. And I'm doing like, what am I doing? Sort of a 4-minute kilometre, something like that at the moment. And that was when I was flying along. So yeah, really happy with this. I'm really glad I bought it. So if you're on the if you're thinking about getting a good daily shoe, I think the durability's there. Obviously I've only done, as I said, 11 miles, but I'm just going to put some mileage on that, so I'll review it probably after 50 to 100 miles, something like that, but that won't take long to put that on the shoe. Yeah, everything about it was good. Yeah, that's all I've got to say really. So fantastic, well done Hoka, you've done it again. I think you've got a great shoe out there. So if you like what you heard, please subscribe. please leave your comments below and press that notification button. And if you haven't done it already, give me a thumbs up. So anyway, thanks for watching my review. Thanks for watching it to the end, and we'll see you in the next video. See you later.